This is Wolff&Schafe podcast. Welcome to everyone who decided to spend some time with me and listen to what I'm saying about knitting, spinning, and hand dyeing yarn. We have Wednesday, February the 10th. In Catholic Church, it's the Ash Wednesday this year, so it's the beginning of fast. If you're interested in some cultural facts, last week we had Fat Thursday, which means in Poland that we eat a lot of donuts, but they're different to American donuts that have a hole inside. Ours are without a hole, and they are not flat, they're like puffy like this, and they usually have some tasty jam inside. Most popular one is from rose, the fruits of the rose jam, which is very delicious. So yes, anyway, it's episode 5 already. And I wanted to remind you, or if you're a new viewer, just to tell you that I have created a group for our podcast. It's Wolff&Schafe podcast. I will post a link in the show notes down there under the video on YouTube. And please join if you like my podcast, and feel free to comment and post any questions or whatever you like, because it's I have just started and it's a very lonely place for now, so please feel free. And also we have a knit along going on, and this will be the prize. Oh, sorry for the stripes. So this will be the prize. This is my hand-dyed yarn, Wolff&Schafe on Belladonna base, which is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. Its fingering weight 100 grams. So and the colorway is named Melisandre for the character for Song of Ice and Fire, because it's Song of Ice and Fire / Game of Thrones knit along. So if you like the show, or you just would like to participate in our knit along, please feel free to join, and you might win this, because I don't have any participants yet, so feel free. Okay, so that's that, and I have a finished object to show you. Actually, I did not work on almost on anything else since last Saturday, because I got so obsessed with this pattern. I have finished, but it's not blocked yet, so it's not how it exactly will look like, but it is my Wildes Meer by Kristin from Yarngasm. She's known as Woolen Vine, and she also is known for her yarns, Woolen Vine yarns. And she has designed this beautiful, beautiful shawl that has lace here, and then it has an applied border, and it has beads. So it was my first project ever with beads, and I bought a special tiny crochet hook to apply them, and it worked really well. So yeah, it was my first time with the beads. So I did not actually know how many of them you use and how many I have in the package, because it was only told it has 10 grams, and I was like, that should probably be enough for my project. But I couldn't decide on the color. So I bought like teal, capri blue, and emerald green. So that I could, when I have it in my hand, I could I could place it on the project and choose the color. I think the color it's a bit grayish in this light. Again, it's not exactly. When I have it blocked and photographed, then I will post a photo in the probably in the next episode, so you can see the color truly. So anyway, there is one row of beads, and for this I chose those what do they call it? I did not bring them, I think, sorry. Well, anyway, one color that I chose, and then it turned out that I won't probably have enough for another row because there are many stitches, right? It's almost the border. So I decided for the next row of beads to use another color, and then I should have enough for the border of the border where you put it every 14th row. So yes, so I have two colors. I don't know if it will be visible on the camera. Yes, but the first one is a bit has a bit of a luster, and these are more transparent and in different color. And again, here on the border of the border you have the first ones. So my first experience with beads, it was pretty fun. Like the beaded row took me forever because every other stitch I had to stop and place the bead on the stitch, but I like how it looks like. And I had almost no problems with the first color, but the second color for some reason had many beads, and it's the same company, I think it's Toho, it's Japanese brand, and they like, I don't know, 15 of them wouldn't fit through my crochet hook, so they were a bit you know, too narrow. They were not the proper shape, so I was a bit annoyed by that, and also I was worried, if I keep skipping these, will I have enough for the full row? But luckily enough, I had enough of them. So anyway, the pattern, as I said, is Wildes Meer by Kristin, and it's beautiful, and it's a really fun pattern. Truth be told, I usually avoid knitting lace because I mess up stitches when there are like more difficult patterns, like, I don't know, leaves or whatever. I just have to go back, count, retry, and it's very annoying. With this, it was very like fun knit, and I got obsessed with this pattern. I couldn't stop, and so yeah, so the body is this really nice lace, but it looks gorgeous, but it's easy to make, and the border itself is it has charts, really nice and clear charts for it, and the border looks also very nice, but it's not difficult to knit, so I'm in love. I'm thinking about knitting up another one. And it's knitted from my hand-dyed yarn. It's the Vodnik colorway, meaning the water sprite from Slavic mythology. And yeah, I think it's lovely. It will be much bigger once I block it. Of course, there were some troubles because I thought that one skein of yarn will be enough. In pattern, it was stated that you need 400 meters of a fingering weight yarn, and that's what I had. I had one skein that had 400 meters, but it's possible that my gauge is different to Kristin's, and also on the carbons that I used for knitting, I might have a looser gauge. So yes, like this much from the end of the border, I ran out of yarn. So when I was knitting the border, I was like all the time looking at the smaller and smaller ball of yarn and will I have enough or not? And of course I did not. So what I decided to do, I did not have with me the same base, the same yarn base, because this is on 100% Polworth. It's my Medina base. But I had my sock yarn, and I thought, okay, I will use just a little bit from that skein, and from the rest I can still knit socks. So I dyed it up, and I'm very pleased with myself, because you basically cannot tell. There is not much difference. Of course, it's not a solid colorway, but still, I'm happy. You cannot tell. It's pretty, and yay! So I think I knitted it really quickly, because as I said, I started last Saturday. Last Saturday, was it? Really? I have to check on my project page, because it's okay. So today we have the 10th. Oh, come on. We have the 10th, and I started on January the 30th, so it's been a bit longer. But anyway, I think for me at least it's pretty fast. So this is my finished object, and I also I have another problem because I don't have my blocking wires here. And since they are quite expensive and owning 2 sets wouldn't make that much sense, I decided to order some wires from a store that has like supplies for building models of like replicas of things. And they were selling those 2 millimeter, 1 meter long wires, and I ordered them, and I'm waiting for them. Unfortunately, they have not been replying to my emails, because I had some problem with the payment. There was some error, and I couldn't do it automatically. So I wrote to them, and they're ignoring me for some days now, so I don't know what I will do, because I really want to block this shawl. I have finished it just today. So yeah. I don't know. What do you say, Domarat? Meow. Of course you do. Okay, so next, as I said, I almost did not work on anything except the shawl, but when I ran out of yarn, I had to dye up some more and wait for it to dry. I finished one glove of my Mystery Plus Manners by Spilly Jane. I just have to graft it. So, and make the thumb, of course. But anyway, here's the whole picture. The 2 peacocks and the feather. And here it looks like this. So yeah, I will just have to put this together, and it will be done. And I was like, I finally finished this, and I was like, finally. And then, oh crap, now I have to do another one. No. So I really like how this looks like, but I don't think that stranded knitting will be my favorite technique. I don't think it will. But I have to finish this. I just have to. And I'm knitting this on my carbons, the carbons DPNs, 2.25 millimeters, and I have my Malabrigo sock in Lotus colorway, and Cascade sock yarn in, I think it's mustard, or it might be mustard or just some number, because they might not have the proper name for the colorway. So yay, this is done. Done, done, done. Done. Yeah, I think they will be warm because of the stranded knitting. So I have this, and that's all. Because I did not touch my Melisandre socks. I need some encouragement. Please join my knit along, and it will be motivating for me to work on my project. So I also haven't touched my Mira sweater by Justyna Lorkowska, and actually I am about to cast on another sweater because, oh, forgot to show you something. Pause. And we're back. I just always forget to bring something. I think I have everything, and then I do not have everything. So yesterday I visited my friend Iga, who does beautiful things. I will post a link to her fan page on Facebook, so you can see pictures of her wonderful works. She makes jewelry, she makes various accessories. She does it in the felting technique and in wire wrapping technique and micro macrame technique. It's just wonderful. So some time ago I ordered from her obijime, which is like a thing you use to wrap around your obi belt when you're wearing a kimono. And also to match this, I also ordered obidome, which is just a kind of a decoration for the obijime. So this is it. This is this decoration, and it's a little foxy. Focus, camera, focus. Yay! It's lovely, and it's possible to put it on the obijime, but also you can remove this part and use it, wear it like as a brooch, which I will, because it's so lovely and awesome. So this is first piece, and the second piece is, oh my god, it's so beautiful, is this. And please, camera, do it for me and focus. Come on. Oh. Maybe I do it like this. Yes. So this is it. And okay, refocused. It is long. And Iga spent a lot of time on this because it has to be long in order for you to wrap it around you and then tie it. And then, so it would be like this. I would tie it like behind my back in this case. because there's a way that you can also tie it in front of you, but then you do not use the obidome. And yeah, then there will be the little foxy here, like this. And it will be awesome. Of course, it will be perfect for autumn, so I'll still have some time before I use it, but when I go back home, I should just dress up in my kimono and take some pictures. So her page is called Filculki, which is it's combined the word for felt in Polish, which is fields, and cool as in English for cool. So she's just wonderful. And I thought, she said, like, when she counted how long it took for her to make this gorgeous belt, she said like probably around 50 hours. So I was like, wow, so it's like kind of a sweater for a knitter. And then I thought, because we agreed that I would, because I ordered it from her, so that I would pay her. But then I thought it would be much nicer to make her something instead. So I offered to knit her a sweater. And because of that, well, we agreed on a color and the yarn and the pattern. The pattern is Rombi by, oh gosh, Terry, where are you? Oh gosh, I had you here. Oh my goodness, Cruz, I think, okay, Terry, I think Cruz, it's Kruse, and I think it's a lovely cardigan. And I wanted to knit one for myself. So I thought, well, I will buy the pattern anyway, and maybe in the future will knit one for me. But for now, I will knit it for Iga. And we chose Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmerino, because it's very, well, there's a guarantee it won't scratch. And it's the Mist colorway. And it's, I believe it's sport weight. Yes. Where are the meters? Okay, so it's 125 meters per 50 grams. And we got 6 of these for the cardigan. So yay! I have already worked with this yarn, but in the Aran weight, and it was just lovely. So I expect this to be a nice knit. And this is it for knitting. And as for spinning, I have something to show you. It's still a bit damp because I have just washed it. I soaked it, I mean. So this is my, how was it called, the Romney from that I got from Wildcraft. It's not everything I had, but I learned my lesson, and now I just don't spin and spin endlessly, but I make smaller skeins so I can manage the plying and everything on one spindle. So yes, this is how it looks like. And it's really nice to the touch, and I started thinking what to do with my hand spun, because you know it's a lot of work, but I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and in different thicknesses. So I started to think, and it might be a totally crazy idea, so you can tell me, Magdalena, you're crazy, don't do that. But I thought I might, because many people, also Kristin from Yarngasm, hello, she's knitting a Cozy Memories blanket, and it's a great way. I know I'm knitting my Hexie Puffs, but they for this you need to have like the same thickness of yarn, I think. But I thought that maybe I could make a blanket from my handspun. I was thinking, for example, a blanket only from my handspun, or if it's not gonna happen, to put all those handspun that I don't know what to do with to that blanket and maybe add some other yarns like that I bought or something. So I might start another blanket project because it would be so awesome to have a blanket, to like put a blanket on yourself that is from your handspun. Amazing! It would be. So this is my crazy idea, and we will see how it turns out. For now, I have so many projects and 2 sweaters going on, so I will probably not start it very soon. I will just keep spinning, and then I will have some skeins that I can use for the project. So a little tea break. Oh my god, so awesome. It's the same tea as last week, the Uji Sencha from Uji in Japan, and I love it. Ah, lovely. So I'm spinning also, I'm continuing on spinning the other fiber from Wildcraft that I got together with my beginner spinning kit, and this is the Ryland. I told you before that I'm not really loving it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, it's better, not perfect, but better. So I'm starting to like it a bit more. It has this rustic touch to it, but I'm getting used to the way it spins, and it actually does spin not so bad. So I will just continue. I still have quite a lot because I had like 50 grams and I divided it in 2, and this is still what I have left from, oh, it's rolling on itself. This is what I have still left from the first 25 grams. So I still have some yarn to spin. And you know, if it's in a blanket, I won't worry if it's a bit scratchy, because usually you don't put a blanket on your, like, next to your skin, so I won't care. Okay, so this is it, and on my lovely Folkstales PL spindle, I have Polish sheep. Well, I'm just continuing with my chocolate brown merino. It's Polish colored merino, and I heard an awful news that they will be actually putting an end to these sheep, because I think it's not like private property, but it's national, and they don't have money for them. So it's possible that there won't be anymore, and that's very sad. That really saddens me. So well, I will enjoy it while I can, and Because I already have these two colors here, I'm thinking about just finishing this and then continuing again with the light color and then apply them together to make a bit of a fun yarn. We will see how it turns out. And okay, I think this is it for today, because for dyeing I cannot show you anything more because I have dyed yarn in this color, in Vodnik colorway, and I have dyed over one skein that I had, because I when I ordered yarn for my shop, I also ordered some sample skeins just to know how like other products look like and feel like and knit like and dye up like. So among them was the yak yarn, 100% baby yak, and it was depigmented, which means normally yaks have dark hairs, and they're, I think, usually dark brown, but they were depigmented, so you can normally dye it, but still it was not white enough, it was a bit grayish. So when I dyed the skein in light colors, it made them not only muted, but I would say a bit grayed down, which means they just looked a bit dusty and not nice. So I decided to dye it over with stronger colors, and I think I just wanted to make sure they, like, the new colors will cover the dusty ones that I overdid it, and I put too much dye to the pot, because I had to wash it a lot to remove excess dye, and now it's downstairs and still wet, so I cannot show this to you. I think it looks very nice though, but yeah, I just overdid it. But it feels really nice. It's very soft. I suppose it's also very warm, but what I do not exactly love about it is that it loses these small hairs, like, yeah, like you have fluff everywhere, and that makes me think that I probably won't make it my base for my shop, because this one feature makes me not want to choose it. But yeah, I think I don't have any alpaca. I rarely knit with alpaca, and I know it like loses a lot of hairs. Maybe this is just the same case. It's also a matter of taste, I suppose. So tell me what you think. Does alpaca, or yak for the matter, the little tiny hair that stay here and there bother you or not? I would like to know, really. So okay, I think this is it for today. Unless I forgot something, then I apologize. And as I said before, I invite you to join my Song of Ice and Fire knit along. You can choose any pattern that is connected to Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones series. I'm knitting the pattern by Pearl Ascent. It's called Melisandre because it's inspired by the character Melisandre, and this is the prize. The prize! So yes, please join. There are some free patterns that you can find on Ravelry. I posted them in the thread on our group, so you can check them out. and see you next week, hopefully. Yay! Meow. Happy knitting! Bye!